Alright, what if I told you the empire we live in isn't built on lands or armies, but on code, capital, and belief? What if I told you America's didn't just win the Cold War, it turned that victory into a global economic empire, and now it's ghosting away before our eyes? This is the story of the computational age, the great transition, and the collapse of a system designed not to last. Part 1: Computational Liquidation Theory. Our world is run by computerized systems of value, tokens, currencies, and assets that appear to create wealth out of thin air. But here's the problem: they don't just have the anchor that coins once had. Kings had gold and silver, even fiat is backed by taxation and political force, but digital systems, they rely only on consensus, code, and energy. When belief collapses, there is no floor. Look at Terra Luna in 2022. Billions poured in, and within days, billions evaporated. Entire fortunes tornadoed into dust because consensus disappeared. That's computational liquidation. The system generates wealth, but it also liquidates it instantly. Part 2: The Great Transition. If the systems are so fragile, why do they still grow? Because it's not about strength, it's about psychological capture. From childhood, kids are trained to accept digital value as natural. School apps reward points, games normalize tokens as currencies, social media turns likes and followers into currency itself. Take TikTok. Every swipe is a lesson, attention is rationed, quantified, and rewarded. Teenagers grow up measuring worth in engagement, not in gold or dollars. This is dream capture, the moment when even imagination is colonized. Think about May, a 17-year-old live streamer in Jakarta. She earns more selling digital cosmetics online than her parents do in a year of factory work. To her neighbors, she is proof of digital success. But the truth is darker. Only those inside the system can prosper. Everyone else just watches and hopes. Part 3: Inflation of the digital economy. Every leap in computational power demands more energy, infrastructure, and resources. It consumes utilities, creates new productivity, then reinvests back into itself. It's a cycle: compute to utility to productivity to reinvestment. That cycle inflates digital commodities. It's why influencers make ransom level incomes. Attention is scarce and in an endless sea of content, so those who capture it get paid like royalty. Tech jobs, AI projects, crypto markets all get pumped by this inflation. Meanwhile, everyone outside the system can only dream of joining. And it's legitimized politically. Governments frame tech as progress, the future, the destiny of nations. The ideology is set: continuous growth, endless consolidation. Part 4: The Global Economic Empire. Now let's zoom out. This is bigger than tokens or influencers. It's about empire. The US won the Cold War. At that moment, it had the chance to use its power for peace and corporate cooperation. Instead, it chose capitalization. It globalized its model, the dollar as reserve currency, corporations as global champions, the military as enforcer. Every competitor, whether Russia, China, or smaller nation, was treated as a threat to be provoked or destabilized. This peace dividend became a capitalization dividend, and America became not just a superpower, but the center of a global economic empire. Part 5: The Ghost Empire. But empires aren't eternal. Today, the US is stuck in a destructive loop. It spends trillions on bases, wars, and intelligent networks. It drains its own domestic strength. Its global dominance erodes as China, BRICS, and regional powers arise. What was once direct dominance has become a ghostly presence, still powerful but unsustainable. A shadow empire haunted by the costs of overreach. And here's the twist: people around the world are waking up. They see American-led globalization not as prosperity, but as imperial extraction, a system dressed up as markets, technology, and security. Financial crisis, endless wars, ecological collapse, inequality. The mask is slipping. The US isn't collapsing overnight, it's ghosting away. slowly dissolving into instability, provocation, and crisis it can no longer fully control. This is the fate of a system built on a belief instead of an anchor, on capture instead of consent, on capitalization instead of cooperation. The empire of code, the empire of debt, the empire of dreams, all of it can look immortal until the illusion shatters. So the question is, when the ghost empire finally fades, what replaces it? The answer depends on whether we keep dreaming inside the system or we wake up. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I have lots more to come. Bye bye.